Woodpecker's router mounting plate for this Milwaukee 5625 3.5 horsepower router arrived today. I'm Ron Paulk, and this is the Smart Wood Shop. If you want to get a detailed set of plans to build yourself a smart wood shop or one of my workbenches, link in the description down below. This Woodpecker's router plate is the aluminum version of this phenolic plate that I've had for many years. They don't make this one anymore. I haven't had any trouble with it, but all of my other plates are aluminum, so I thought I'd go ahead and update it. The Woodpecker mounting plate is industry standard. All of the brands that I've looked at are all the same dimensions, so they will all fit in your cutouts in your various router tables, at least the ones that I have tested. So that also includes their lift, which has the exact same plate. Now what I'm going to do is mount this plate on this base. This base was the one that was on the phenolic plate. And the reason I'm going to do that instead of putting the new base on is that to get it to work in the router tables, I pulled these handles off because the handles they get in the way. I think they'll fit. I think I tested them. I can kind of rotate it in, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I've removed the handles. I've got them saved, so if I ever need them, I can just put them back on with a couple of screws. These Milwaukee motors are identical. I have one mounted in the lift, so I don't need the base for that one. So I'm going to keep this one intact in case I want to do any large hand routing where I need a big 3.5 horsepower router for hand routing. I'll be able to just pull the motor out of the one mounted in this plate, just no tools, just take it, drop it straight out by throwing the bail, and then I can stick that motor in this base. So that's why you're not going to see me take this one apart. But all there is to that is taking the handles off and a screwdriver and taking off this clear plate that's on the bottom. So that's it. To drop the motor in, no tools, just drop it straight in by throwing the bail. The plate comes with 3 of these collars. These are just different sizes so that you can choose the one appropriate for the bit you're using. And they have another set of these, a more deluxe set of many different sizes that you can purchase separately. I haven't done that. I haven't really felt I've needed them. One of the plates has the rabbet in it, and that is so that if you're using a bushing, you can mount the bushing on this one. And they also include the wrench to change this. This was one of the reasons that I first found this Woodpecker, was that my previous router plate, it had these changeable plates, but they had small Phillips head screws, and so I had about 4, maybe 5, 6 screws that I had to undo to change it, and that was a hassle. So having this quick release was one of the reasons I took an early look at them. And then another reason I liked them was in the sides, they have these threaded holes. In these holes, you install these threaded inserts, and what they allow you to do is drop it into your table and then dial those in and flush it right to the surface of your bench. I always make the rabbet, the cutout that holds the plate, slightly deeper. I'm uniform from bench to bench because once I dial these in, I want my router plate with my lift, this router plate, if I'm using this one with another router, I want to be able to move any router to any router table and not have to make any adjustments. They make this same plate for many different routers, so if you have something different than the Milwaukee, you'll want to make sure you choose the appropriate one. It'll be the same plate, it'll just be detailed out for your particular router base. This one though fits multiple routers and multiple brands. It fits the Porter cable, looks like 5 different in their 7500, 7518, 19, etc. And that's all their Porter cable's big 3.5 horsepower routers as well. And then they list this Milwaukee. A lot of times it's difficult to find that Milwaukee when you shop online. Some of the places don't show, they just show that it's a porta cable plate. So you almost have to know the secret handshake. I have this router plate in my store, so you can click right on that and get the right one from Amazon. I choose the Milwaukee router for a number of reasons. One is all of my router table routers, I like to be big, 3.5 horsepower. Some of them though don't work as well in benches because they have open motors, and so you have dust and stuff that go down and get into them. Milwaukee designed this one to be used in a router table, and so everything is sort of sealed from this side. One of the other things they've done is provide a T-wrench to adjust the depth. So this is a fixed base router with a dial-in depth, and so you can do it from the top, or through your router plate you can stick this wrench in to get and adjust that from above your surface. Woodpecker provides a hole for this wrench to drop through, so you'll want to just line that up properly, and then the screw holes will line up as well. So it's pretty difficult to put this on incorrectly. Woodpecker provides the mounting screws for the porta cable and for the Milwaukee. You'll need to use their screws as the ones that are on the base plate of the Milwaukee. The heads are too big to countersink. An Allen wrench is provided for these leveling screws, but the bolts are a larger size and they don't provide that one. I'm putting all the set screws down until I just feel them with my finger on the bottom, and then I'll go over to the router table and dial them in. They're a little tight because they're painted up with Loctite, so they won't vibrate out. Woodpecker also provides this threaded post that will go in any one of these 4 threaded holes on the surface in case you're routing with a pattern. There's one more adjustment that I make, and another reason that I like this Woodpecker is on the long side there is a bearing, a ball bearing that's got an Allen wrench to adjust it in and out, and then on one of the short sides as well. So my templates, I made them so that they're just a little bit wider in both directions, because wood does tend to move a little bit in the different temperatures. And so this way I can snug it up. If I tried to make this cutout the exact width and length, then it's possible it may be too tight sometimes and too loose the other times. So this adjustment though, again, it doesn't seem, maybe because it only has the 2 contact points, I never have to adjust these more than the first time. That's another Allen wrench they don't provide. It's a smaller one, and there's a little screw inside that will drive that bearing out. This adjustment has to be done with the router plate out of the hole, so I have to kind of guess where it's going to go, test fit it, and then continue to adjust it if necessary. That's it. It's ready to go to work in any of my router tables. The old version of this, the phenolic one, set up the exact same way. I set it up once, and over the years I've had it, I've never changed anything. The router can be dropped in either direction. I like to put it this way with the wood, where I can read the Woodpeckers right side up. And the reason I like that is then I have the depth adjustment right underneath to my right here. All I have to do is reach under, throw this bail, and then turn this up or down. And then I know that on the back side on the left is where my power switch is, and then above that, or in this case since it's inverted, below that is the speed of depth. So I can do all of my adjustments with this router table being open. I'm not stuck in a bench. I can reach under and dial the adjustment and turn the speed up and down and turn it off and on. I don't need any accessory shut-off switches. Since I prefer these open concept router tables, I don't like to use cabinets to put my routers in. It's so easy for me to just reach under and dial that in. Much quicker than finding the T-wrench and reaching in through the top and engaging it. I can just reach under, throw that bail open, and then move the motor up and down. And then on the left side I have the power. I know right where it is, and the dial for speed is right there. So I can operate everything without even looking under the table. Hey, if you like these tool tip videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And remember, it's really important when you subscribe to ring that bell. That's the only way that YouTube will let you know when I put up a new video. Thanks for dropping into the Smart Wood Shop. You stay safe and have a great day.